Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another Tool Tuesday. Today we're going to be reviewing my Bosch 12-inch sliding compound miter saw. This is the cordless version, so this takes the Profactor Core 18-volt Bosch batteries, but I'm sure the corded version is very similar. Just probably the same thing, just without a battery, right? This one is a few years old. I think it's a 2021 model or something like that. I'll be honest, I was not in the market for this saw. What I wanted was a zero clearance, or zero rear clearance, I should say, because as you can see, this is a very tight shed that I work in. Um, I would have never gotten a cordless, but the deal was fantastic. I found this open or unopened box, brand new on Marketplace for like 250 bucks or something like that, with a battery and a charger. So that's crazy. I think this is like an $800 kit, brand new, and it was brand new, unopened. Scored it. I would definitely say if you're in the Bosch system, 100% get this. If you're not in the Bosch cordless, I would definitely recommend getting their corded version. I'll talk about some of the differences here in a minute, but um, I love this saw. This thing is amazing. I would have never, ever splurged to spend that kind of money on a miter saw, but it is 100% worth it. This thing's a dream. So some of the specs about it real quick. The model number, Bosch GCM 18B-12GDC. I'll put that here in front so you can see it. Um, it's a 12-inch sliding compound miter saw. It's unique in that it uses this hinge instead of the rails like the typical ones. So it's zero rear clearance. It can cut base molding nested in the fence up to 7 1/4. It can cut crown anywhere from 5.5 to 6 inches, depending on the type of crown. The cup depth at 0 degrees here, straight down 3.5 inches, and the cut depth, and that's throughout the entire travel of it. At a 45-degree bevel, is 2 inches or 1.5 inches, depending on which side. If you go to this side, you have a little bit more clearance because you don't have the motor and the arbor sticking down. The controls are super easy, which is what's nice. I mean, it's super smooth to pivot it for your angle cuts. The slide is butter. There's just a lock there, slides in and out. I mean, just one finger. I can't say enough about that. It's also got a lock, so if you don't want to slide it, which is how I use it most of the time, I think that's kind of best practice. Leave it locked unless you need the depth for something bigger. Because it definitely is more accurate. As you can see, if I lift up the guard here, there's a little bit of wiggle. Any sliding compound miter saw is going to have that. But if you pull it all the way out, there's a little bit more. So best practice, leave it locked unless you need the depth. Also has a lock to keep it down. I would say the only thing I don't like is the dust collection. Dust collection is atrocious on this thing. I mean, you can see this is all it is. It is what it is. It's not great, but I know at some point here I'm going to pick up the Shop Nation from Travis over there. He's got an attachment. Now, the one listed on his website is not for this exact model number, but it can do it. I think it can at least. I think it'll mount up, but only one way to find out. I think his is for the corded, some of the older corded models, not necessarily for the cordless, but only one way to find out. So we're going to pick one of them up, see how that works. Maybe I'll do a review on it if I can get it mounted up. As far as your cutting angles, you can go all the way to 60 on this side, and you get, was that 52 on that side. So pretty good. I'll take that all day. The fence is adjustable. I mean, everything has an adjustment on this thing. You could spend a long time adjusting this. I will say, out of the box, it was very square. I mean, very minimal adjustments. Now, it does not come with the stand. This is a Harbor Freight stand, an older one. So just keep that in mind. We'll put the battery in here, and I'll show you some of the features real quick. The amount of cuts, now this is an 8 amp hour. It's incredible. I mean, you legitimately can probably get all day on a job site with that and be just fine. Obviously, I'm not using it all day long professionally. I'm just using it for projects here at the house, but I mean, I go sometimes weeks without having to charge that. That is the only battery that I have for this because they are so expensive, and this one came with it. And I mean, I've yet to have to replace it or anything like that. It's held up just fine. Once you put the battery in, it'll light up here on the screen. I don't know if you guys see. Yeah, you can see that. So it's got 4 different power modes. So it's got power 3, eco, 2, and 1. There is no brake, or if there is a blade brake, it's terrible. So it does take a long time for that blade to spool down. So I always generally recommend using the lowest level that you need to make the cut. There is absolutely a power difference, but I can tell you, you can put this thing in eco, and it'll cut most things just fine. 2x4s, no problem at all. You know, certainly getting into 4x4s, 2x8s, 2x12s, you know, things like that. I mean, at some point you probably are going to have to ramp it up, but overall, I mean, it's great. It's a beast. It's heavy. I couldn't find the specs very easily, but I think it's somewhere around 60 pounds or so. So it's very heavy, but it's well worth it. I can't say enough about this. I think that I know there's some other brands. I know, was it Rigid and Delta, I think, have something with this style hinge. They're okay. I think this is truly a level up. Again, I don't know that I would necessarily spend $800 on one of these to get the cordless version, but I would 100% recommend spending the money to get the corded version if you have the budget for a good quality miter saw. This thing, it's going to last forever. You know, it's not like you're replacing miter saws every day. The only thing that on the newer corded versions, and it still is not on this one, this is called the Surgeon Profactor. That's like the model name. Is this has a laser still. So if I put that down there, try to see how good it picks it up in the video. You can see it does have a laser. It does not have a shadow line. Zoom in here so you can see that a little bit better. It's okay. It's pretty accurate. You can adjust it. It's not perfect. You know, if you're framing, absolutely, it's fine. It can do that, no problem. If you're going to be, you know, doing trim work, finish carpentry, cabinet making, I never use it for that. I just think it's too rough. So I will always, you know, put the blade down, almost like you would on an older miter saw without a laser, just because I just don't think it's quite accurate enough for that type of work. The newer one, the new corded one, does have a shadow line, which I will say that's the only thing that I feel like Bosch is a little behind with on these. It's crazy that it does not have a shadow line. It does have an LED light, so it has a nice work surface light, but no shadow line, which is kind of crazy. I was reading some reviews that even on the new ones, the shadow line is not as good as the competitors. So that's kind of crazy because you can go get a budget, you know, and even that has a shadow line. But regardless, I'm off topic. As far as the saw goes, I love it. The one thing that's a little goofy is the dust collection. I'm not going to say goofy. It worked out for me, but I won't bring you over here. This is the dust collection port. So it's 1.25 inches, and it just so happened I found this dust collection hose on Amazon. Come with all the different fittings and stuff for hand tools. It just so happens to be the perfect click-in for that. If you don't have that, you're going to have to try to find some type of adapter or something like that. I know they are out there. I've seen them online. I know some companies 3D print them. I don't think I've ever seen that on another miter saw, this click-in style. And I just got super lucky that, I mean, that is just what happens to be on the end of this hose. So I can't put a link yet because YouTube won't let me put links in the description, but just go on Amazon, search, dust collection hose. You'll see the gray hose with all the blue fittings or black and blue fittings like that. And it's literally just the one that comes on the hose. You don't even need an adapter. So it does come with a clamp too, by the way, before I forget. But again, dust collection is better than nothing, but it's not great. So that's all I got for today. If you guys have any questions, reach out. As I always say once in the video, like, comment, subscribe if you can. Trying to grow the channel and trying to keep these videos coming. I decided to do this kind of out of order. I wasn't going to do the miter saw anytime soon, but this is probably going to be one of the last times you see it on the stand. As you can see by all the mess in here, I've got a project coming. I'm going to build a workbench with a built-in miter saw and table saw stand. So wanted to kind of show it to you here before the stand goes away. Again, that doesn't come with it. It's the older Harbor Freight one, so it's very similar to the new Hercules, but it's the older one made by Chicago Electric. So yeah, any questions, reach out. If not, have a great day.